Well, hello, Sir David the Bard. I'm coming to you from a pig farm in Utah. I found a nice gentleman that has a pig farm. He said I could come over and broadcast if I could climb a greased pole. Hey, the Bard can climb a greased pole, so I'm out there trying to get up the pole, keep coming down. God, it's too fat. I just keep coming down in the pig pen. Well, anyway, he said, all right. You want something else hard to do? I said, yeah, I like hard to do stuff. He says, I want you to take this report from the Mormon Church to the United Kingdom, England, about their finances and explain it to me. I said, okay, I think I can do that shit. So I did. And here I am in non-living color, and I'm going to tell you, trying to catch the Mormon Church with their hand in the cookie jar is hard. And the Mormons say, well, see, we don't put our hand in the cookie jar. Well, let me tell you, have you ever seen a little kid that's eating Oreos and you said, have you been in the cookies? And he goes, a big ring of chocolate around his face. Well, anyway, I've got this document, and let me shut the door here so the Danites don't hear me. And I'm going to share it with you, okay? Now, I'm going to show you some of the shenanigans that go on in the Mormon Church. You know, I have to say this. The Mormon Church will take a law, a principle, or a doctrine so far out of proportion, it doesn't even look like the same animal. You know, it's kind of like, it's kind of like a chicken with a donkey tail on its beak. And they still call it a chicken. All right. This is the difficulty in exposing this kind of cult. They're damn smart. They're damn smart. Now, let me show you here. They're not that smart. But let me show you how they cover up their mistakes here. Okay. Now, this is the document. I put it right down below. You can read it for yourself. The Mormons, they'll say I'm lying. I'm not lying. It's a summary information return. 2012 online. Okay, summary information return. This return is intended to comprise a summary of the key information contained in the trustees' annual report and accounts and in other documents. In other words, this is an official government document Mormon Church prepared. Here it is, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Great Britain. The charity number is 24-24-51. Financial period ends the 31st of December 2012. Submitted on October 29th, 2013. Okay, now let's go down to 6 pages here, okay? And I know a lot of you, you don't want to look at this shit. You just want to know, what does it say? What does it say? Well, let me tell you what it says. Okay, page 1. It talks about who benefits. Well, who benefits is the Mormon Church and its people. Nobody else generally benefits from anything. Let me give you down here the charity's strategy. Well, you read that for yourself. Screw every person out of as much money as you can. Anyway, now here's where you come down to numbers, see? Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie, but they can twist and turn and be skewed and hidden. Let me show you how they do this. The charity's objectives. Yeah, we've done that. Okay, let's go down here to the charity's income and spending. Now, I think these are in pounds, okay? Now, this is what they've spent on provisions of worship facilities. They spent $24,314. I guess pounds. I can't tell. It says pounds above it. Missionary work, 6,937. Genealogy work, 5,669. So in other words, it's a drop in the bucket. Less than a drop in the bucket. All right, let's come on down here to the. Okay, I got to come down here. It gives you a telephone number. If you don't believe me, go look at the telephone number. Okay, here we go. Now, this is the one that tells the truth. You know, the church many times does not tell the truth, but they can go to jail for this kind of stuff. Church membership in the United Kingdom stood at 188,642 in 2012. Okay, in 2011, it was 188,029. So they gained about 430 members in a year. That's it. In the whole United Kingdom, the Mormon Church got 430 new people. They probably went to a couple of nursing homes, talked to some people that are in dementia. Okay, now, build new and maintain existing chapels. Nothing scary about that category. Okay. Where is the one that of course, I read it before I come on and can't find it. The one that really, it's financial structure. It's financial. Okay. The Danites came in and took the damn page off. Strategy, page 2. The charity's objectives, page 3. Page 4. Here it is, financial health. Okay. Now, this is where it makes me sick that the Mormon Church takes every law and principle of government and pollutes it. It says, the charity's financial health remains very good. The end of the year saw an excellent financial result based on strong financial management. Costs were kept within budget, and there was an overall decrease in total revenues expended. In other words, they're losing their ass. They're not spending as much money as they used to. But boy, that sounds good in that sentence, okay? Incoming resources, now that's money that's coming in, saw an increase from 47,976,000 pounds to 52,486,000 in 2012. Hell, that's an increase. Damn, that's good. But read the next sentence. Here's where they just got you by the balls and they're yanking you behind a cement truck. This increase was primarily due to an increase in donation income from the parent company, from 4 million to 17 million. In other words, 4 to 17, 4, 5, 6, $13 million prop up. Somebody put $13 million in their funds. Do you think that that might have been businesses and corporations that are owned by the Mormon Church, but they're in the Bonneville or other holding companies, and so when they start to go under in a certain area like this, then suddenly one of these huge companies that makes millions or billions of dollars for itself donates a measly $13 million or pounds over there to the Britons. So it makes it look like that charity's doing really, really well. Well, that charity sucks. It's going backwards. It only got 400 people in 1 year this year. Who knows when they put this form in if there's going to be 200 people. So the population of converts is going down. And the money that the Mormon Church is spending is going down. And the corporations, they don't name the corporations, but my right testicle says the corporations that are owned by the Mormon Church and power brokers, when people and problems arise that they're going under, then these corporations get a tax deductible. See, this is what the Mormon Church is built upon. Your money and the federal government not taxing them. And they hate the federal government. That's where the Mormon Church's income comes from. If you yank their 4013C, this big company that donated 13 million pounds to prop up this particular document and this part of the church, wouldn't be deductible. Wouldn't be deductible. So, what do I say? I say you're going to see gay couples married for time and all eternity in the Mormon temples and getting their endowments. That's what you're going to get. When you're moving this much money, when you're making this much money, and that tax 501c3 keeps you rich, you're not going to give it up. Hell, you'll let dogs and cats come in and get sealed for time and all eternity. Pretty soon you'll see cockroaches. Well, I've seen cockroaches in the temple. They're usually dressed in white clothes and have this kind of green apron on and a baker's cap. I don't know what they're going to bake in there, rolls or I don't know. So anyway, this is the shenanigans that you and I, we don't see it. We don't have access to these financial reports. We can't totally interpret it. They put a big sentence at the very beginning, oh, we're financially just fine. Then they say, oh, there was 17 million or 13 million pounds were donated. We don't know where it came from. Somebody got a hell of a tax deduction, 13 million pounds, and you can bet your ass it's one of the corporations that is a holding area for money for the Mormon Church. This pisses me off. They talk about they hate government. They talk about they hate big government. And yet we had to send Johnson's army out to them because they wouldn't stop polygamy. We had to force them to take equal rights, that women can work, and the glass ceiling became higher and higher so that it was more fair. And we forced them through 501c3 to let the blacks come into their damn church and hold the priesthood. See? Now the gays are threatening that 501. I'm betting the left testicle this time that you're going to see gays in the Mormon temple. You're going to see it because they make money. Money. This story should be on American Greed, which is a program that tells about how some people rip other people off. There it is. Membership, barely there. More people resigned than 400, I'll guarantee you that. So they're going backwards in membership, they're going backwards in what they're spending, and they're backwards in donation. They've lost donations. 13 billion. Let me make sure I'm not... Yes, 13 billion, not million. Let me look. I want to be absolutely sure. Donations from the parent company, 4,000. No, it's 4 million. It's 4 million, not billion. 4 million. So it's $13 million that some corporation donated to the English LDS Church. They got a great big write-off, and all the people in London and England, they got their salaries, and the poor bastards that got 17 kids in a broken down van sending their $80 a week into tithing are being screwed. So anyway, take a look at this. There's a lot of information on here. Some of you are smarter than I am. Take a look at it. Make sure that you understand it. I just glanced over it. I'm sure there's other stuff there. So anyway, the shenanigans, and you know, what do they say? The jig is up. Yeah, and blacks used to be called jigs. Is that the right... you know, I'm old. I'm old, but I can understand someone ripping other people off and a big company donating $13 million or pounds to prop up a church, and they get a deduction. What would Jesus do?